I'm Jamie Orr, and this video is to cover the Thule Tepui Low-Pro 3 rooftop tent, which is mounted to my 2015 Volkswagen GTI that I drove east coast to west coast across the USA and then the entire length of South America in under 3 weeks. I have 22,000 kilometers experience with this setup, multiple nights staying in Patagonia, multiple nights sleeping in Walmart parking lots and rogue camping. The Tepui Low-Pro 3 has a retail price of $1,850 and it is a 3-person tent. However, it's 3 people if you're comfortable with the other 2 people. It's excellent size for 2 grown adults if you don't want to be snuggled. The complete assembly weighs 120 pounds. It does take about 2 people to lift it up onto the car, and if you have an SUV, you're probably going to need some step ladders or something else. Is the Golf GTI rated to carry that much weight? It is, but we'll get to it properly. The Wingbar Evos from Thule are what I have mounted on the car, and they are rated for 220 pounds per bar and 160 pounds on the feet. However, when you add 2 adults plus the tent, that is over the capacity there, so it was a little bit of an experiment. I'm very happy to say that after 22,000 kilometers, everything has been wonderful. Nothing snapped, nothing blew away. We did hit over 150 miles an hour at certain points, especially on a runway, and a lot of the time we were cruising very fast. So I think this was a really strong, difficult test for it, and yeah, it did phenomenally well. The main upgrade or change that I made was to go to the optional memory foam mattress. I did lay on the normal one. It seemed fine, but yeah, it just seemed like a nice upgrade available. So yeah, I clicked that button and went for it. And genuinely, I've slept in tents on mountainsides, I've slept in campgrounds all over the world. This is the best tent experience I have ever had. And I'm not surprised because it's got a real memory foam mattress, which I would never carry on my back or on my bicycle. So big success as far as that goes. The daily setup, I've got it down to about 4 minutes. I have made a couple of decisions with the setup though, that the ladder stays on, so it does increase the folded profile by about 2 to 3 inches. There was nowhere inside the car, and it's no point. It sits up there, it seems kind of aerodynamic. I'm fine with that choice. The other thing I did have the canopy installed permanently. The canopy has metal rods which can be easily removed along with the fly sheet, but there was nowhere really in the GTI to store them, and I did work out, you can leave them installed, it just makes the zipper cover a little bit more difficult to zip up, which I'm completely fine with. One other option that I did go for, the standard Thule fitment for the Evo Wingbar is 135 centimeter. I did go to the 150 centimeter just so I had some extra space to mount not only the side awning, but extra lighting to floodlight the camping area and if we're working on the car. Do I think that that changed anything? Do I think that that cheated the test? Absolutely not. Heck, I even put more weight onto the bars and it absolutely did perfectly. So the big 3 questions. Did the roof bend? No, it did not. Was it worth it? I think so. I think I've already spent enough nights in the tent very comfortably to have offset 2 weeks worth of hotels. I also, it's just weird to say, I don't want to go and have to check for bed bugs and things. And it just seems so much easier to just set that up. By the time someone's checked into the hotel, given their credit card information, everything else, I'm already set up and in a sleeping bag on the top. Which leads me to the 3rd question. How is this set up? Well, let's go and do it. So, to start with, we have 2 main securing straps here, and this is indeed the ladder that you can see placed on top. So, start the timer. The 2 main straps have a slightly annoying locking mechanism, which even after doing this dozens of times, I still haven't quite got the knack of. And there's actually 2 more of these that hold the folding sides down. So this might be the slowest part. Okay, that's the 2 main straps. Then we have 2 little Velcro straps here for tension. on the cover, and then one big zipper that goes the entire way around the vehicle for 3 sides. So 2 sides done. Mine is complicated slightly because I have the awning on this side. Okay. So now very simply pull the canvas cover over. And that will reveal the 2 side straps. There's one, there's the other. If I was going for a speed record attempt, I could just leave this on the side of the car, but I'm not, so let's just fold it up onto the roof. That allows us to get in the car still. And then a ladder out, and the ladder is used to pivot the tent. And then drop the ladder down, set it, and there we go. So to be able to sleep in it, that is enough setup. There are, however, pulls, windows, optional things that you can fold out, and I'll show you more about that right now. So this is the optional canopy cover. It does add some warmth. It absolutely makes it waterproof. So depending on where you're going to be staying, you may or may not want to have it installed. I chose to keep it installed the whole time. And, well, here. These are the poles that make up all of the other options. The fold-out sides and the rain cover so that it stays open for the door. And even this is 30 seconds to open up. So bare minimum in wet weather, that's how long it takes to set that up fully. I think that's pretty damn good. I didn't do this when I was sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, but it does have side window flaps as well. Just 2 toggle locks. And then if you go inside, we can just fold out and attach them. So now you can see the outside's all opened up. We've got the side window open. Let's take a walk. Now, I am a sucker for taking my shoes off when I get into a tent. There we go. So, to give you an idea on size, that was the window we just opened. And I'm exactly 6 feet tall. Zip this up. You can get in on both sides. A good hand's length from there, and then at the other end, that's my feet. So, yeah, I hope that gives you some sort of estimation to the size. You can't see how comfortable the memory foam is, but genuinely, this is far better than a lot of hotel room beds I've ever slept on. So, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Otherwise, there's a couple of air vents. There are pockets on both sides. Yeah, that's about the inside. So other things that I noted or that I wasn't sure about at the beginning. Once your weight is on here, you really cannot feel, you can't feel it move, pivoting, anything. I had one particularly cold night in Patagonia where the wind was howling, and I do think that having the space underneath the tent exposed did drop the temperature a little bit compared to having it be on the ground. But otherwise, it was easy to build up heat. It was no problem at all. I never felt the car sway. I'm sure that it must have moved in the wind or just on the suspension, the tires even. I never noticed, maybe it just rocked me to sleep, but yeah, no issues there at all. Folding up was just as quick, if not almost quicker than setup. Very easy to move. Sleeping in Walmart parking lots, I just try to stay in the far corner, hopefully under a tree or near a wall or something to not attract attention. I went for the white, it matches the car. I do think it stood out a little bit compared to a darker color, a gray or a black or something. But also in the sunlight, hopefully it reflected a little bit more. So take your pick there. Would I change anything on it? No, I really wouldn't. Once I learned that the ladder and the canopy, the waterproof canopy, could be folded up on top, that was it. It was wonderful. There was really no more space taken up in the car. Sleeping bag, that was it. You can see the little bag of tent posts there. So if you fold out all of the sides, you can use all of those. I left those on the mattress and folded up inside it. So it is a fully self-contained unit. Nothing needs to be inside your truck, car, Volkswagen GTI at all. So my final verdict on the Thule Tepui Low-Pro 3 with its rather long name, on board the Rallywagen, presents you with ECS tuning and H&R suspension. I absolutely loved it. I've long thought about one. I've long looked at the Jeep guys and everything else. The gentleman with the Porsche with his on top, thought that's really cool, but having lived with it, having set up daily, having gorilla camped, it was phenomenal. As I thought, 4-minute setup time, forget that. I just did it in 2 minutes. Taking it apart is just as quick, very comfortable. It did allow me new options for where to sleep. In a normal tent, I wouldn't be happy sleeping on a concrete floor by the side of the road, but on this, I was very comfortable. I had the perception of also feeling a little less exposed by being raised there. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Would I use it again? Would I do it again? Absolutely, I intend to, for sure. So I hope that helped. If you have any comments or any questions about using it or my experience, please just let me know. I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. Otherwise, normal YouTube-y things, like, share, subscribe. Sure. Thank you, everybody.